Okay, y'all, here we go, man. So I'm headed over here to this skid job I picked up day before yesterday. Just getting everything ready to go. I got, I load up everything at night. So same thing, the way I've been doing it. I got two cutters with me. Uh, you know, just in case one goes down. I don't anticipate the one going down. I did spend about 30 minutes with the red one, which is the original one. Uh, and I sharpened it. I greased it best I could. I'm still can't get that. I can't get behind that one. It's just a matter of time before I have problems with that bearing on the belt pulley. It's just a matter of time. I know that. Ain't nothing I can do about it though, because for me to take that, if you get that pulley off, I'm gonna end up breaking something, and then it's gonna be down anyway. So, you know, I don't really know exactly um, the best way to, the best thing to do as far as getting that thing off. And then, do I really want to, take the time, because you got to go through a sequence of events in order to even attempt to pull the pulley off. If I could ever get the pulley off again, then I would put my grease extension thing on there. So it's ugly, man, because you don't really, you just don't want to. I don't want to be trying to get that pulley off and then break something, and then I don't have any spare parts or nothing, or bend something or whatever. There's got to be a way to get that pulley off. I do have a pulley puller, but see the lips on the edge of that pulley, the belt rides in the middle, but the lip on the edge of it, it's like almost made out of like material about as thick as a tin can, a soda can drink. It bends real easy. I mean, just for me grabbing it with my hands and pulling on it, you bending that thing in a little bit. I mean, you could bend it back out, but I don't know how to get it off. But it would take, best case scenario, a half a day to, you got to undo all four of the bolts holding the drive motor on. Then you got to take the tension off of the belt. Then you got to get the belt off, and then you got to try to get that pulley off. And the last time I did that, I spent probably 3 hours and I broke two bolts. So, and I was worried about even being able to get it back together where I could actually use it. So if you're me, you're weighing that. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. So I'm going to do this driveway edge. It's there's a lot of potential over here. Okay, so because they don't really know what I can do, and I've told them and I've showed them, but they some customers just can't see what it's going to look like, right? And no matter how you try to, paint a picture for them. But there's other work over there too, other mulching work in other areas. So I fully, and I might be wrong, I fully anticipate once I show them what I can do on the driveway area, they're going to see that and they're going to be like wanting the whole property like that, a few more areas anyway. So, which would, increase the money, right? So now, let's get on over here to where we're going to make more than we spend today. We're going to make $1,400, and we're going to spend approximately maybe $300. So solo, sitting in a skid steer with heat and AC. listening to my favorite YouTuber, and it ain't you, Jay. Really what I started the channel for was just to document my journey and to show people that, hey, you don't have to, I mean, you don't have to have 300 customers and blah, blah, blah to make a good living. You just got to make more than you spend. And you gotta, you know, use your money smartly that you do make. See, this guy right here, my neighbor, he ain't working at all, man. I have not seen him, none of his trailers, skid steer, stump grinders, or nothing go anywhere in 2 weeks. So I'm grateful to have work. I'm getting work all around here. I got 2 jobs right here. He's on Angie's list, paying them about $1,200 a month. And they're sending them on wild goose chases because they're sending him and 5 other people to go do the quotes. And so the lowest guy always wins. Competition is great. But if you can somehow work around the competition, that's even better. That's greater. No competition is even better. But see, he doesn't, the only way he knows how to market, well, he doesn't really know how to market at all because he's been using Angie's List. And he's been paying them. Every dollar that he's paid them, now, you know, they're still wanting him to pay them, but he's not landing any of the work. That's ugly, man. Because he's still paying out. He's in a contract with them. That's what he told me. Okay, guys, so let's get a good perspective here. The other day, it was getting late. So basically, y'all, we're going to go about over to that pile. That's about 40 feet. And we're going to go down both sides of this driveway. We're going to get all the junk. Okay, y'all. So the camera went out. But not the camera. So the mic went out, y'all. And now I am just going to visually do it with the microphone here because the camera's still hooked to the DJI mic, which is in my truck. So none of the audio came through, but y'all can see all the little saplings, all the little junk, half dead dogwood trees, and just it's a mess, man. It's thick. So a lot of deadfall on the ground. I'm pointing out there's a couple of pine trees there. I'm going to push over, take down, grind down. Now that side right there, that's going to be a little bit harder to do. So I'm going to overcompensate on this side. So the other side has ditches and all in it. So yeah, walking up the driveway. I'm just wanting to get some before and after pictures and all that. So yeah, y'all. Here goes some before stuff right here, y'all. I gotta unhook the mic from the damn other camera. All the talk about the job beforehand, I didn't get none of it because the stupid mic was on. Okay, so real quick, we're gonna come in here and I'm gonna get all this right here. They initially wanted 20 foot on each side, but it's going to be more like maybe 30 foot on this side, 30 foot on the other side. Yeah, so I probably didn't get none of the audio of me walking up through here because of stupid mic. Okay, y'all. So I let the machine cool down just a little bit. The hydraulic temperature got up to about 165. They pulled up over here on their golf cart, and they're freaking loving it. They're like, man, dude, in an hour and a half, you done moved mountains. And see, now, y'all see how thick this is in front of me? That's what I'm getting next. I'm gonna get this limb right here, though, look. I'm gonna try to put y'all somewhere where y'all can see me get that. Can I put y'all right there? I'm so glad I got these. These are badass, so I'm gonna try to put y'all somewhere. I got this thing, this one of the fittings is leaking. I don't know which one it is. I believe it's this one right here. So I'm not sure exactly. Wow. So I'm gonna come on the end of here and I'm just gonna grind that down. See if I can put y'all on something to get the. I'd like to get the shot, man, but I might not be able to. See, stuff like this right here, you want to get it where you can grab it. I don't like being on that gravel driveway, so. Maybe I'll put y'all on the trash can real quick while I do that. Okay, y'all, so I got that. Now I'm gonna creep in here and get all this light stuff, and then we're just gonna start just running through it. So the homeowners over here don't understand how dangerous it is. But they're coming all around me while I'm working. I had to tell them, y'all gonna have to stand back, man, because it's super dangerous. You know, they're hovering bad. I don't like it when people are out here because I can't. I got to worry about. They don't know how dangerous it is, and I'm telling them, hey, y'all got to stay out of the way. They think that I'm not going to get all the stuff on the ground. They're like, can you get all this on the ground up here? And I'm like, yeah, I got to make a trail. They just don't understand, no big deal. But it's my job to make them understand, right? I got to be able to move fluid through here, and I can't move fluid through here with all the trees. So it's everywhere you go, you're backing into something and hitting something. So I'm gonna, yeah. Okay, guys. So y'all see pretty much what I've done. I'm not finished yet, but I'm about done over here. They're getting a really good deal too. Well, just want to try to stay off the gravel driveway, but I knew it was going to be like this. That's why I bought the backpack blower. Of course, the backpack blower is not going to get everything, but yeah. Oh, this is looking really good, ain't it? Just about got to do this kind of thing right here, because, and maybe with the bigger mulchers and the bigger, you know, machines, you know, they might, boy, there's more power, and if you got more power, you might be able to chip this stuff up better. The teeth are definitely not that sharp right now, but I hit a rock early on too, so let me get this away from that tree where I can grind that. But I got a feeling what they're gonna try to change the scope. That's what I think they're gonna try to do when they see how quick I got all this done. So and now I'm gonna go over here on this side for about, I kind of want to talk to them and see, you know, what they're thinking. Some of this stuff's just hard to get to. You see this dip right here? It makes it hard to get this stuff. And then there's a mountain of rock right there. Gravel or whatever. Just try to get this stuff a little closer, a little further up in the woods where I can grind it and not just slingshot it everywhere. The hydraulic temperature went up to 180, so I decided I'd take a little breather here. It's been running non-stop, except for just when y'all saw me talking, you know, for a minute. But other than that, it's been running wide ass open. I said wide open, y'all. And I guess if you had a guy on the ground, this would be something that he would be doing the whole time you're here. But they're not paying enough for that. Yeah. I know somebody was saying something about, you know, the pile and the mulch up at the bottom of the tree is not good for the tree. I don't really know what else I can do, man. Potentially pile it. That's just where it ends up, because I need to come here with the cutter head and dip on that and pull some of that back up in there. driveway gets blowed off, it's gonna look really neat. Yeah.
Now, are you ready to go?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or you want to make a couple more hundred?
Oh well, I'd rather just come back another day.
Okay.
Cause y'all got about 4 hours over here for 1,400. And they wanted me to do other stuff, and I told them the machine's about to run out of fuel. I didn't want to do anything else over here because well, they wanted me to go across the creek over there, and they were trying to give me $200 more. I'm like, no, man. I mean, if they'd have came at me 500, I might have, but they'll be calling me back. I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna pull up here and walk back and get a little bit of footage of the job. Yeah, y'all. So there it is. It really does look good. Now on this side I couldn't go as deep as I wanted to, but yeah. So they were super happy with the work. The wife didn't really like the fact that I wouldn't do that extra stuff. She trying to get me to do, I mean, she was saying, well, it won't take 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And I'm like, no, it'll take about 2.5, 3 hours. And I'm not going to do that for $200. She didn't like it that I got to that 1,400 that fast. She thought I was going to be over here for a long day. See, some people live they live in another world. They don't realize what things cost. And so we were talking when I was loading up. So I said, that thing's amazing. And, but she really wanted me to go in their backyard and do some more. And I didn't, I didn't feel like that was a good thing for me to do, man. They got all kind of work over there, all kind of work. They need to call me for another day. I'm not going to work another 3 hours for $200. I didn't even count her when she said that. I said, oh no, the machine's about to run out of fuel. And the machine does have a little more than a quarter tank. I mean, I probably could have done what she wanted me to do, but the money ain't right. Well, you already there and everything. I don't give a damn, man. They'll be calling me back. The husband, he was like, pulling me to the side. He's like, I don't blame you. I wouldn't have done that for $200 either. So, but other than that, the actual work that got done that they paid for, they were like, oh my God, what a difference. And, you know, that area was brutal, man. Brutal. I'm just like, I don't know, man. It seems like every time I do a job, there's some kind of casualty. It peeled back that corner again on the cover plate for the belt. The one place that I did not have, well, the screws that the bolts that hold it all in, they're just threaded through the metal there. There's not a nut on the other side. Now, I'm going to put a nut on the other side and weld it there. You know, one of the block nuts. But it peeled that whole corner back again. See, and you don't know that if something goes, if you could tear the belt up like that. But once it peels back, if stick goes up in there, yeah. And I didn't know it peeled it back. It peeled it back. I'll show y'all when I get home. So, Solo, Y'all gonna see me pull up to the house. I mean, I'm not even 5 minutes away. But these customers, man, I mean, you know, you give them a deal, then they want a better deal. Well, Ray Dad already spent $1,400 with you with that. Yeah, but damn, I probably did $2,000 worth of work. You're not gonna get me down in that hole over there. It was a swampy, low spot where when I was bidding the job, we were looking at it, and I was saying, well, if I got time, you know, but I don't know that I'll have time. But after I started walking it, big rock and shit in there, all kind of shit like that. I'm like, no, man, I ain't doing that, dude. If they'd have said 500, I just would have bit the bullet, took a chance. They got enough work over there for probably 4 or 5 days. So, and he had a big pile of dirt he wanted me to move. And I'm like, and see, that's what you get when you got a skid. You get a lot of that. How much you gonna pay me to move the pile of dirt? See, I don't want to do shit like that. I don't want to say I don't want to. I don't see where it's going to benefit me. My luck, I get down there in that damn swampy area and I get stuck. And then I ain't making dang $1. The whole day is a waste because it'd take $1,400, in that case $1,600. It'd take, you know, $500 or $600 to get out if I don't tear nothing up. I have to go wash the machine, spend another $50 on washing the machine. You know, people just don't understand that, you know. But I do. How is that? Because I have to pay for everything. If there was some little old lady that didn't have no money and you know and all that, then I might have done it, maybe. But I'm gonna fill the skid up with fuel and get ready for the next job. And see, if I'd have been doing that by the day, right? Then when I got done with that front part, then I would have had 3 hours left. They would have had every right to ask me to go into the back because they're paying for it, but they're paying for a day. So yeah, dodged a little bullet there. But they were going to give me more money, but I didn't want. I weighed it real quick in my head, and I'm like, I don't feel like doing that. That doesn't sound like it's going to be something that, you know, it's black mud back there too. It's like, I don't know what kind of dirt that is. It ain't like red clay or nothing. Hell no. All right, y'all, I'll kick it.